Well, people, as of today, I have been officially retired as a beekeeper. They are dead. They are no more. Last hive gone. If we remember, a week ago last Wednesday, we had 75, pushing almost 80-degree weather. I went into this hive, and we knew the colony was very small, and we had questioned whether they were going to make it or not. After that very warm day, we had a couple of days in the 60s and 70s. We immediately went back to winter. Hard freeze, lower teens, snow, wind. It was just unbearable. But it wasn't the worst part of winter, but the colony here had reduced to such a small size, they just couldn't make it. And this is probably half my fault, and I'm going to show you what I did that I should not have done. So the cluster was here. There was a ball. I just kind of broke it up. I was looking for the queen. It was right here, a nice tight ball. You can see I still have plenty of honey to eat. There's some bees in there with their butts, meaning they starve to death. Their little butts sticking out of the cells there. But look how close, the honey's right here. But what I did, and it was so stupid, I don't know why they decided to cluster on this, because what I did, let me see if I can move this out of the way. If you remember in the last video, I put this pollen patty in here, and I put it back here. I figured most of the bees were clustering up in here, but the last check, they were in between these two frames. But for some reason, they came around and clustered on this. And of course, with that up against there, in between this honey frame, which is full of honey, there was a really big air gap. I guess they weren't able to maintain heat. But a very small cluster. I'm going to go through this thing, take it apart, see if I can find the queen, if the queen was even in here. I couldn't find any more clusters. These are all blank. These are all honey. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this hive. We're going to move this hive, and we're cleaning up this area over here. We had a collapse from the storm, collapsed the old building there, and I'm cleaning that up right now. The other building that's standing is in good shape, so that'll be a great windbreaker. We're going to put the apiary over there. We've got trees. We got hedgerow behind it. That'll be all cleaned up, and we'll have better protection for next winter. If you see up there, I just set up a swarm trap, ready to go, 10 frame deep, all ready to go. So that tree is where I caught the last one last June. That's for another video, though. So, I sure as heck don't need no more honey. So what I'm going to do, I've got some empty frames back here that have empty comb, maybe a little bit of honey. I'm going to move them up here. I'm going to put the honey back on this side, seal it off for now, and hope I can get a swarm to move into this hive. And I want to clean it out, though. But yeah, just goes to show you, I told you people, on how many times I've said it, just because you have bees coming out of winter, and we had great activity. How many videos did I post showing all the activity here after winter? Doesn't mean nothing. Until the dandelion comes up, you're never in the clear. And I just think, I lost half the hive here during the winter, and it just wasn't strong enough hive to make it to get into spring. And if there was no queen in here to lay, and it looks like there wasn't, I don't know, there's no brood or nothing. So yeah, that's all honey. This frame here I put up here for the queen to start laying on. Again, you see those holes in the honeycomb? You know what that's for? The bees actually do that. to go in between from frame to frame. And some of these other frames have holes also. And it's easier for them to go through instead of trying to go around in the winter. They do that so they don't have to freeze and leave the cluster. But remember all the dead bees I took out 2 weeks ago? There they go. They're still there. Nothing really ate them. But this hive is not staying here. What a shame. This was a purchased nuke from last year that I built up. And it was explosive. I had more bees than I knew what to do with, and I wasn't experienced in splits, and I probably could have did 2 splits with this hive. And I didn't, so. Oh, there's honey dripping in here. Got some mold down there. We got more dead bees. I'm going to take all these frames out. Clean her up a little bit. Seal this off. And we'll get it ready to go for maybe another swarm, or if I do catch a swarm somewhere else, I'm all ready to go. I got resources. So yeah, I have no bees. I'm beeless. I only had 2 hives going in, which ain't enough. I know people that had 4, 6 hives going in. They lost every single one of them. But I've been looking at all these bees, and I cannot find any mites. Maybe I'll grab a whole bunch and do another wash, alcohol wash, see if I can get anything come off. But I'm looking. Oh well. Well, that's it, folks.